Bro, this nigga Manny used to act, he deadass asked me, yo, you think I should have 2 X's on flex or I should just keep 1 X? That shit is deadass on a plaque with 2 X's, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Today is October 28th. And this is the 3rd Tidda Talk, and what Tidda wanted to talk about today was artistry. When I say artistry, there's artistry on so many different levels, but I want to specifically talk about the relationship between the artist and the fan, basically the consumer. I feel like there's a lot of shady shit going on, not genuine artistry that's happening, because a lot of people get bigged up for shit, and it's like, who are we really following? And it's like, who are we really putting our dollars in? Like, you know what I mean? Whose pockets are we putting our dollars in? So first off, shout out my nigga Manny Flex, shout out JSDG Beats, shout out the whole Drumaholics team. My mans just got their first plaque for Moving Too Fast, a song that they produced on Migos' album Culture 2. And I think this is a great place to start the conversation of artistry, because my friends are students in Albany who honestly have never met Quavo, they never met Offset, they never met Takeoff, except through one FaceTime call, but they have a plaque with these people. They're on a platinum album with these people, you know what I'm saying? They contributed to their album. The song was produced by Manny Flex and JSDG solely. It's weird to think that Manny and Ja never met the Migos, but they're getting paid from the Migos because of a song that they produced from them. So as our society progresses, we start to lean more towards like intellectual property. And when I say intellectual property, I mean the songs that someone can create, the poems that people can create, TV show ideas people have, like content, stuff that's coming from people's head is intellectual property, because someone has to come up with it, and people are always trying to find ways to monetize this intellectual property. I remember when stuff like Vine was popping, people would have Vines and people would go viral for stuff, but they would never get paid for it because they couldn't monetize it, because people would just take the trend and it would start rolling. But that is their intellectual property. They came up with these ideas, you know what I'm saying? They came up with these, or Nas, they came up with these whips. Like, someone came up with this stuff. Of course it gets taken and like interpreted by other people, but I digress. So the first aspect of consumer artist relationship I wanted to focus on was with music, and predominantly hip-hop, because hip-hop is a genre where artists promote tons of things such as like lifestyle, clothing, ideologies. The stuff that rappers are saying in their verses is crucial because it's all promotion. So you have to be cautious of what you're listening to, because people are just putting these ideas in your head and just like promoting all this shit to you. So we live in an age where streams mean so much. I see the way artists are like finessing streams is very annoying to me as a fan, because I feel like I'm being exploited, because it's just so easy to get these streams. You can ask someone to stream something because it's essentially free. It doesn't take anything from anyone to go on their iPhone, tap 3 times and play a song. Once an artist reaches a certain echelon of celebrity, anything they drop is gonna garner some sort of viewership because of the name they already hold. So someone like Quavo is a prime example of this. Quavo has been putting out some of the most frivolous and mundane content ever. It is bow talk. Just that bow talk. Brainless. Like, it's hard for someone to listen to that because it doesn't seem genuine as a viewer. I feel like I'm being exploited when people are putting out shit like Glam Talk and fucking Workin' Me, when all the songs are just repackaged trap songs and there's just nothing really interesting about it. But I digress. An interesting example of this happened over the summer. So Travis Scott dropped his Astroworld album, which received great numbers, which people should have expected because Travis Scott is a big artist, he's a mainstream artist. The album sold 537,000 units earned. And just to put things into perspective, Drake sold 732,000 units. You have to pay attention to the terminology. They're saying units and not streams or album sales. And I'm gonna tell you why. So the Billboard Top 200 chart ranks the most popular albums of the week in the US based on multi-metric consumption as measured in equivalent album units. So those are creative ways to sell products that is counting towards album sales. If you walk around and you see people in Astroworld merchandise. What Travis Scott was doing was he was selling t-shirts and hoodies for about $30, $35, $50, $60, and each item gives him an album sale. Each item sold, $12 out of that, or whatever the album cost physically, went towards an album purchase. So he was jacking the numbers on his album sales through merchandise. Nicki Minaj was calling Travis Scott a bitch ass nigga and saying all of this shit because Travis Scott found a way to finesse the system in a way that works for him commercially and financially. Similar to Quavo dropping garbage music just for streams, you have to feel somewhat finessed as a fan if Travis Scott is selling you hoodies and making it seem like he's dropping the #1 album in the world for weeks at a time, because who are you lying to? Like, yeah, you're finessing the game and you're getting your bread, but I feel, as a fan, I feel lied to and I feel manipulated, and I feel like I was just a part of a system, because people are buying this clothes just to fit in and have hype, but in the end, it's boosting Travis Scott's record sales and helping him become financially more successful. But I digress. Now, the second aspect I wanted to talk about this with is with clothes, and this one gets me the most mad because I like clothes, I like streetwear, I like getting fly. The whole concept of hype is to build up an image for something that is undeniable, so people have to get it. Example A is Supreme. Supreme built a name for himself. Supreme built a name for itself that is unmatchable, so that's why everything Supreme drops instantly sells out, because someone in the world is gonna want it somewhere. So when I think about a lot of these streetwear brands that are popular now and the model that they use to get famous, which is just give it to rappers, have their fans fiend for it, is so annoying, because you see brands like V-Lone and brands like Off-White that virtually did not exist about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but now they're the hottest brands in the world. Why? They're friends with rappers. Like, it's not a coincidence, you know what I mean? They know rappers from the jump. They come up with an idea like V-Lone, Born Alone, Die Alone. Yeah, it's a cool concept, but how deep is the brand actually conceptually? You know what I mean? Like, how many times are you gonna play on that? And maybe it doesn't have to be deep conceptually, it could just be visually appealing, but visually appealing does not equal the price tags that some of these brands are putting, especially on V-Lone. V-Lone is really killing people's pocket. You have to ask yourself, why am I spending so much on these clothes? Is it because Gunna is wearing it? Is it because I respect A$AP Bari as an artist? Or is it because I'm just being finessed and that's just what's cool right now? Because the prices on these clothes are ridiculous, you have to really question, what is the purpose of copying them? Who are you supporting? Like, are you supporting a black business, a black artist, a black entrepreneur, or are you just mindlessly buying into a brand that is trying to get your pockets and get your dollars and finesse you? These niggas don't care about you, they don't know you, you don't know them, and you helping them get rich. Cause at the end of the day, it's really not what you got, but how you rock it. Like, you can be dripping in all these brands and shit like that, but if you just look stupid, you gonna look goofy. Goofy nigga.